A fun one. So we're into picks and bans. No Aurelia allowed, no Karthus. Also, by the way, a jungler for those who haven't been watching the international leagues. Aatrox plays 3 or 4 lanes. Galio plays 2. Karthus plays jungle or bot lane most likely. Champion Select brought to you by Alienware, of course, as we are into Game 1 of Liquid versus Cloud9.
Yes, that's a really good topic that you bring up from the very beginning here, Phreak, because a lot of these champions already we're seeing in the ban phase can be moved to so many different lanes, and that's where some of the power comes from, but a lot also comes from the champion kits at this time. Akali also taken out. You'll notice that most of these are solo laners. The Karthus there is primarily jungle. Actually, for one of the first times I have actually seen the highest pick percentage now for Karthus is as a jungler rather than a mid laner or support or anything like that. But let's get right into it. Rakan is the only non-possible solo laner here that's banned out. This is pre-9.2, by the way. We're still on 9.1 for this first week of the LCS. So that's his pre-Rakan nerfs. That's why he's banned there. And that does leave one of the most banned champions on the patch open, Phreak.
And that's pretty big. Cassiopeia has like 15 times the ban rate she does pick. She's been played 12 times in pro so far this year because of the 170 some odd bans. So giving that one over to TL. to Jensen, the star mid laner. It can go to Impact. It can even go to DoubleLift technically, but it's not really his style. Cassio, a huge champion, incredibly strong, and Jensen is set up for success.
Yeah, definitely expecting him to be the one piloting it. And of course, a lot of her power did come from simple damage increases and AP ratios, you know, especially on the Q. And the W max coming in very powerful. Here we go, though. In trade for that, the hover on Urgot, which has been very popular as both mid and top lane right now. Doesn't really have too many bad matchups. We have seen some people, really the only thing you can try and go to take advantage in lane would be a ranged champion like Vayne or Lucian. However, then Urgot still always has the possibility of helping out a jungler and all-inning and using your ultimate for execute. And if you do get a kill on a champion like that, like a Lucian or a Vayne in those situations, then sometimes it can be hard if you're a little bit too squishy. It is locked in tandem with Zoe, though.
Yeah, and Zoe's going to be interesting. While you expected to go to Nisqy in the mid lane, and it's certainly a champion he has played a fair bit of, keep in mind that Sneaky played some Victor bot back at Worlds. We've seen Perks play Zoe in the bot lane so far this season, so I still want to leave that one as an opportunity as well, as the Sion gets locked in for Team Liquid. And this is, I think, par for the course, seeing them play throughout the end of last year, especially at Worlds. You've got an impact on a tank, and you have the rest of those players go for the carries. Yeah,
Sion right now is probably the premier tank in all of League of Legends, and Impact is the premier tank player in North America here, so we feel like there's not going to be a lot of switching around with Team Liquid, and with them locking in Lucian as well for DoubleLift, one of his famed picks. It doesn't seem like Team Liquid want to start out the season with any surprises. They're just going to play to their strengths and play the cards that we know.
And so Lucian and Ezreal, I think, is going to be the lock-in here. Two of the most premier bottom laners in League of Legends. I think it's even debatable which one's overall stronger, but both teams should be happy with champions like these.
And I really do like a combination of a Zoe and an Ezreal, because that is a lot of power put into poke. So this team can siege very effectively. Urgot on the front line can disengage fairly well. He can like take a Sion ultimate and then try and get himself out of there, while Zoe and Ezreal fish for bubbles and follow-up burst damage. At turrets, you can really gain a lot if you can siege up and kind of play together earlier on.
And for those of you who really only watch NA and World, this is new Ezreal since the World Championship. The rework came out. The ult no longer loses damage going through targets when you hit a champion. So if you get this long-distance sleep, Ezreal can land a full damage ult from across that for the 2-second sort of sleep that lands at the end of that one. So you can get a lot of damage and deep into the back line if you land that right target.
All right, second round of ban phase. This one's more interesting because we do have some desynced. Actually, we don't have desynced roles. Everybody's matching up, so it looks like Zeyzal, the Hail of Blades Zeyzal, won't make an appearance here.
Yeah.
One of the most picked junglers on the current patch right now because he can get such quick knockups with the 3-talent strike, and early game is so important. Looks like we are going to have the Gragas as well, so they're chipping down. I would say Sejuani would be very high up here as well, especially since Team Liquid, Xmithie has had a long history with the champion, as well as Svenskeren. But there are options, in the current meta. You don't have to play kind of that tanky role. You can go for the Lee Sins and the Kha'Zix style. It's just that I would expect these two guys to favor more of the Sejuani, you know, in the current state of the game.
Absolutely. Of course, interesting to note, Sejuani is the single most picked jungler of the 2019 season so far. I like that Liquid is taking all these cues from what Cloud9 is like at Worlds with the Nocturne ban, but that Alistar is still up, so C9 still very much his forward motion team, though rounded out with this poke you were talking about earlier of the Zoe and Ezreal, so a bit of a new look, but still forward motion here. Alistar, the only primary engaged so far on C9.
Yeah, for Zeyzal, you know, a guy that they've been talking about a lot as far as his shotgun link and communication. Again, another one of these academy players that Cloud9 have built on and brought up to the LCS level. Yeah. We'll see what he's going against here. Braum, very good against poke. So we talked about the Zoe and the Ezreal locked in early from Cloud9. Nice response here, the Unbreakable. You can block everything from Ezreal and Zoe.
And you can take an Urgot off your teammate.
And there you go, actually. Braum will die to that still.
Yeah.
So like, you can take it, but the Unbreakable, I mean, I guess Urgot just grinds the Unbreakable up along with Braum and his
Gets broken.
Hey, here we go.
Lee Sin comes through and the hover on the Nunu as a result. So you called the Lee Sin correctly. Xmithie is a really flashy player. I think he's absolutely amazing. To me, he is the #1 jungler in North America. I think this man is truly incredible, and he's on a fighter for the early game. 8 seconds ago, though, what does Svenskeren want to play on that Cloud9 side? What is he going to round out that team with? I don't think Nunu is the best choice alongside Ezreal, but it will be the lock-in here. He is going to play Nunu and be in the front line.
Reaper thinks otherwise.
He does.
Nunu, we saw it in Europe already. Maxlore was playing it there for some of the Misfits game. I personally like it as it's very easy to play in the current state of the game because you can go full tanky, support your team, and look at the team right now. They had already built around this poke combination with Zoe and Ezreal and the execute from Urgot. So just adding a little bit more peel in the front line. Plus, you know, the big snowball early on can be a fairly effective zoning tool as well. But here we go. It looks like it's going to be Cloud9 with this poke coming up against the standard team Liquid. They've got power carry AP in the mid lane, plus a Lucian Braum for the bottom lane. So you might think that Xmithie on this Lee Sin is going to have a lot of agency around the bottom half of the map. Lucian and Braum notorious for trying to look for early combo kills because they can stack that stun up so quickly. And with a mobile jungler like Lee Sin, that might be some fireworks.
And so the inaugural match of LCS 2019 is ready to begin. A few new players on these rosters. Team Liquid, back-to-back champions. Cloud9 coming off a World semifinal. Let's get ourselves into our very first game of LCS 2019.
I'm loving these new intros, Phreak. The personality coming out.
Everyone else is trash. That is the goal for DoubleLift here, to prove that he can remain the best bot laner in North America and add just another title. Maybe a world championship.
Oh, baby. Team Liquid and Jensen here squaring off against his replacement. Already. Looks like actually Xmithie has walked right up to Svenskeren in the jungler face-off. Now, remember as well, this is pro play where everybody's looking for the early scuttle wards. Lee Sin should have the option for which side he wants to go to here. A little bit of an edge over the Nunu early on. As you can hear, the crowd already into it with the chants going off. He doesn't quite kill off that scuttle ward, but he knows where it is.
Something that can probably bypass later on if they're lucky about this one. And we'll get ourselves in the various spots. Lee Sin showed himself from the top side, but he will be indeed getting leashed onto his red buff on the bottom side of the map. And Nunu going to be leashed towards his own red as well. So the same buffs being taken on opposite sides of the map.
Yeah, especially important because you want to be able to transition to Krugs or the Raptors very quickly. Nunu, you're taking the Talisman here. You can level up your Snowball second, so that you can get that AoE hit down and it starts draining life back from all of those multi-targets. Here he moves on down to his Raptors, should be able to finish that one up and then look for the Scuttle. One of the biggest things with Nunu, by the way, since the rework, yes, you know, it's this big flashy snowball he rolls and he's going to come down lanes, and that's what, you know, laners think of. But for me, it's the heal on his Q, the consume. You can now use it on champions, and especially if you take the resolve runes, you get increased healing when you're lower. That thing can really bait people later on and in team fights. If he saves the consume, not using it for damage, but the burst healing can catch people off guard. So be careful about overcommitting to that champion.
Already in the mid lane, a decent start for Jensen. Down in CS a little bit, but more minions to kill and good damage towards Nisqy, who's trying to shove in. We got to see the Scuttle Crabs traded back and forth, and the blue buffs looks like as well. Cloud9 invested in those 2 river wards, spotted Xmithie, and managed to split these camps.
Yeah, you can see during these mid trades here, it's a battle of the mana pools. Jensen on Cassiopeia, been trying to keep up with the wave clear here, but it does cost Cassiopeia a decent amount of mana early on. In fact, does flip over and gets flash burn.
Licorice managing to land the E just in time, despite being stunned up. Gets the knock-up, and flash down is pretty important. We'll see if the Nunu gank comes in. I feel like Sion's going to be hard to gank overall. But for now, that mini wave is pushing into the turret. Zeyzal going to try to zone out Xmithie, and let's see how well they can fight for this one. Does he headbutt? Yeah, push them out. Yeah, that's it.
Clean pickup for him there. Does finish off with that invade. Zeyzal, it didn't cost him anything to go, you know, mess with the jungler there, though. So no harm, no foul. Still everything pretty much equal between these two teams, having split the map, as you talked about, going on each one's Scuttle side. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, pretty much even as well, as Nisqy's been able to find a barrier for his next trade, though. So Jensen doesn't want to use any of his mana into one of those trades because he's trying to conserve it as much as possible for wave management.
There is one small difference here in the jungle, as far as I can see, is that Svenskeren took some of the wolf camp, but I believe his entire camp was left up on Xmithie's side. So if they finish full clearing, there will be an XP lead for C9's jungle on a very, very small level, partially one camp. Something to watch out for. Bot lane right now, really good start for Double. If you're up 8 CS, the minion waves, it's not 8 minions bigger, so they have denied some away from Nisqy and Zeyzal down here.
All right, DoubleLift going in for the trade. Zeyzal counter.
They're going to get a stun here. Zeyzal's going to take a lot of damage. This one doesn't even get the auto attack off with the trample as well, so a pretty positive trade out of DL.
Look what they're doing here as well. While the support taking damage, that's when Nisqy can arcane shift in, goes for the offensive output, but topside.
And the snowball's coming down. Impact does not have a flash away. Can they get the rest of this damage? They're going to try. It's going to hit. And the first blood of LCS goes to Cloud9 Svenskeren.
Oh, and in the mid lane, Jensen is bullying. Nisqy's on the chase here, but Nisqy might be able to get out.
Oh, get poisoned, he'll walk away.
Yeah, he's going to the top side of the map where Cloud9 had just won the gank fight on top side. So Jensen did not want to continue to chase into that enemy territory. But with the biggest snowball ever, Svenskeren is able to land it onto Impact, whereas Licorice had burned the flash 1v1 earlier and opened up that possibility. Phreak, you were wondering about the Nunu ganks. Comes in handy if your laner is able to blow the flash by themselves. Obviously, Urgot into Sion is Urgot favored. Get to use that range advantage and try and harass him early, but Licorice coming straight out of World Semi-Finals for himself. Definitely a huge player for this team. Flashes onto Impact, gets the throw over his shoulder, and then Impact, there's no sneaky mobility left in Sion's kit once his flash is blown. So it allows for an easy snowball to land.
Sitting on the mid lane right now, puts the control ward down. Doesn't really get spotted directly, but the ward right behind him is going to see it, and that's going to be a dead control ward here. Is got to come back in and defend this. Gets queued. Not going to get a whole lot done, but there will be now a fight in this jungle. Xmithie going to take a fair bit of damage, going to be rooted up, but Jensen's still so scary. They're going to jump over the wall, give the damage on Xmithie. He's left at about 150 HP. Gets the shield, gets away, he's going to stay alive. Nisqy with a new flash that he picked up, but he's rooted in place right now. He can't get away, burns the heal, snowball won't land either. And just able to kite around, burning only the one summoner spell, pushes them away. Nisqy out of summoners.
Yeah, definitely getting low here. Cloud9 have the gold lead as well as the health lead. So you can see the invade continue. Svenskeren now using this momentum to go in. He's warding up the blue side of the map. As you can see with this vision toggle, he's going in to steal the Gromp while Xmithie trying to go to his bottom side.
Ooh, the flash, and if that root landed, that could have been huge, but Nisqy gets out just in time. Xmithie waiting in the wings, but no gank to be had.
Yeah, that was even without Xmithie there. Xmithie, though, he burned his flash already, also doesn't have a ward.
Look at this damage. Nisqy's days are numbered. One more auto attack and a solo kill. DoubleLift wants that crown again.
From the man who invented the meme Nisqy in lane, DoubleLift gets his kill. Oh my goodness.
That is a big snowball. Remember, no summoners on Jensen, but that dive is not to be had. Health bar too low.
In fact.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's the building name.
All right, in the bottom lane, after the kill, DoubleLift and CoreJJ do get to push it out. I mean, Lucian Braum, as we said in Champion Select, huge potential for chase down kills, but even Lucian by himself there, as you could see, the mobility really well used by DoubleLift. If you remember a couple seasons ago, we actually had a video package around quote-unquote pocket picks. At the time, Lucian was an incredibly meta marksman, but that was the one that we did for DoubleLift as well. Now, bottom lane control. This transitions into Dragon control. It's an Infernal Drake Phreak, so that's going to be very important. And here's another look at it. Nisqy teleported into lane on the minion. Oh, you cannot cancel teleport anymore, my friend. So if you're wondering why he didn't cancel,
he just laughs at Nisqy. Well, hashtag LCS big plays, pretty sure is, that's a good first front runner. There you go. I knew it was coming.
As we alluded to, bottom lane control means Dragon control. And lo and behold, Infernal Drake is the first spawn, so very happy for Team Liquid that they get to see that. Cloud9, remember, still do have a gold edge, even after those kills, and after the Dragon coming through, though, because a large part due to Licorice in the top lane.
Yeah, he's up a monstrous amount of CS right now, and here comes the pain trying to slow into Nisqy. He's gonna get a sleep, but not before being knocked out. There is no way out, and Zoe's gonna be shut down. Jensen's on the board.
Yep, land that my ass, but here we go, bottom side.
And the Colin comes out, good damage. Zeyzal will stay alive. Nisqy's gonna be really hurt. And here comes a big snowball, but it's not gonna do much.
Yeah, once you see your bottom lane get chunked out like that as a jungler, you don't even wanna go down and gank because they'll probably die in the little skirmish here. Bottom lane control, though, means Xmithie can go for the invade on Svenskeren.
Well, Consume Smite is available, so is, of course, the Lee Sin suite of tools. He can kick back to get rid of the R. Not going to get this one. Nice pick up there as Svenskeren's able to walk away. Blue is denied from Nisqy, but at least goes to Cloud9.
All right, all the lane control for Team Liquid with Jensen in the mid lane, DoubleLift and CoreJJ on bottom side. They're really helping out Xmithie to get some of these camps taken away and denied from Svenskeren here. Gold pretty much even.
Sleep lands, but not the Q, so Jensen's gonna take some damage. Here comes Yo, kick back in time by Xmithie, barely any damage. Turns around, no stun to Cassio, still the chase is on, and Zeyzal coming back as well. Nice Q, Xmithie will make over the kill into Nisqy. He's gonna be quite low. Good cleanse, gets away from the damage, and here comes reinforcements. CoreJJ is here, and there is no way out. Nunu is gonna take so much damage, but there's enough reinforcements. Still poisoned though, and the Q lands. Jensen finds a second. Zeyzal gonna drop as well, a double kill for Cassiopeia.
And Team Liquid have control now with the mid lane. They're pushing on the... Oh, here we go. Sleep does land, and Nisqy should be able to...
Oh! Sneaky from downtown fires one back.
Oh my god, that ultimate plus the last hit from the Raptors there. Enough to kill Xmithie. And Sneaky's able to find a snipe here and put a stop to the Team Liquid roll that was going on. That overchase Cloud9 just did into their jungle was really costing them. Sneaky does put a stop to it though. Here we go, let's take another look at it. You can see what they wanted here. As Nisqy finds the sleep, he doesn't hit the paddle star though there. And every bit matters because watch the second one. Not gonna be able to hit that one either. Svenskeren had flash ulted for it. And then the third one here, Bubble does land. That one is cleansed. Jensen had saved every previous one. So all of those paddle stars not hitting means they don't get a kill. Then Svenskeren is caught because they had tried to chase so long, not being able to get the kill. And it ends up being 2 Zeyzal going down on top.
Well, huge pickups for Team Liquid. They are up a solid 600 gold plus the Infernal Drake, so pretty sizable here. Still some turret plates to kill as some more income will come through. And they're going to push farther and farther ahead right there. But plates will fall off at 14 minutes. Worth up to 800 extra gold if you knock them all down before they drop. 200 picked up in each of these lanes that have been winning here. Still massive in top lane. Keep in mind that Licorice just stayed up there while Impact was fighting in the mid lane, so you're seeing 40 CS up in that top lane, a full 900 gold up there. Plates are going to be part of it. Another one will break down here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, Licorice is definitely the hero for Cloud9 right now. He's the one keeping this gold lead from ballooning for Team Liquid. But if you look at how Team Liquid have historically played and the way that they've drafted as well, they like to put impact on the tanks, and they're usually accepting some sort of deficit in that area of the map. Yeah, they wouldn't like it to be that big, but this is the battle plan for them. They've got a strong Cassiopeia in mid lane and a strong Lucian in bottom lane that they're looking to carry later.
Still going to be a close one. There's still a lot of League of Legends to play, but definitely those power points are a big deal. We'll see if they do come forward. C9 still hoping to stay alive a little bit longer. Only one plate left on the bottom lane. And Nisqy trying to keep up in CS, but down 25. But scaling. Scaling with the tiers, scaling with Manamune. Pushing up over time. We're going to have one more reset come through for DoubleLift. We wait into this mid game. Next Phreak spawning in 30 seconds, though, and it feels like with mid and bot lane both having a lot of pressure on Liquid's side, they are likely to get that second Infernal.
And look, yeah, exactly. Another Infernal is just going to add to the firepower here. If Team Liquid are able to set up around it ahead of time. Licorice is going for a solo play here, though.
Doesn't land the charge, so it's going to be just some damage, not too bad. But that was a nice attempt right there, and that's the power of Spellbook. You just sometimes bring those summoners in, try him, maybe you get something good out of it. This time, though, he missed. Another plate falls the mid lane, 2 drop. That's 300 extra gold to Jensen overall.
Yeah, doing really well on the Cassiopeia here, up around 20 CS. He's got those 3 kills. Ooh, Trouble Bubble does land.
It'll hurt. Stay alive through it, but now the Herald's being summoned in the mid lane. That should knock down 2 to 3 plates by itself, which is a nice surge of gold if they can get this charge to come through. And everyone's coming around to make sure they can be nearby. There'll be a couple of plates and a bit of gold coming in there, and well, it's going to drop, but at least it was worth, I believe someone was in range to get 300 gold there. 320 specifically.
Since the Herald gives you last hit credit for minions and turrets, I believe.
It actually doesn't give turrets. If you don't go nearby, you actually miss lots of gold. So there's a chance they don't. Here we go. Big damage into Jensen. Could be a re-engage. Watch out as CoreJJ is exhausted by some space. No knock-up. Here's the re-engage out of Zeyzal. Going to pop the stopwatch. And now the re-engage is double from the side, getting good damage to the culling. The backline staying safe. A nice true shot barrage. Pulled right back in. Urgot's going to get a fear. It's 1-for-0 Cloud9. But Xmithie trades one back and kicks away the Alistar. 4v4 in the team. But look at that. One out of Nisqy gets the shutdown gold, 600 richer, and it's now Team Liquid running away through that Scuttle Crab boost because they get a lot of distance. They have a bottom turret they can run to, waiting to see who wants to come forward. Nisqy has to make sure he's safe from all of this, and it's 2 for 1, favor of Cloud9.
Oh, the Infernal Drake's on the table, but Nunu is the only one who got killed for Cloud9. There's no smite, no consume for Cloud9, so even though they win a big team fight for themselves, they can't get the Infernal Drake. Everyone goes back to the lanes to try and push it out.
All right, they're going to get that farm. They will get the reset. Simply going up about 750 gold off the team fight, that one extra kill is all their benefit here.
All right, let's take another look at how this one starts out because Team Liquid were in a very good position. They have Sion flanking from the top side. Licorice, though, is trying to zone him out. Big chunk started out. Nisqy finding it onto Jensen. They dodge out on the Braum ultimate. Now we're back in action.
Ooh, he tried to dodge away, gets pushed up, but now here comes Lee Sin. Doesn't quite land that Q on a Sneaky, but the TP is coming in, so he's dedicated to this one. Slowed down by CoreJJ. The biggest snowball is coming in for something to do. It's a double knockup, but DoubleLift stays safe. Now CoreJJ's in the back line to kick in for Xmithie. No kills just yet. Nisqy's rejoined the fight, though, and it will not be any damage to impact. No fights to be had just yet, but here comes Jensen. They might resume. The health bars, though, low on Liquid. There's not a battle to be had, and instead bot lane will be pushed. It's very healthy, but no armor and MR. This could drop pretty quickly if they try to make this one happen. More poke, not quite going to land, but the snowball's coming back in. It will be a little bit of damage on towards impact. Staying alive, but the health bar is still getting lower on TL's side. The turret at about 2/3.
Definitely costing them health here. You can see, again, the poke that we talked about in Champ Select of Zoe and Ezreal coming into play here at the tower. Cloud9 whittle them down. They transition over to the Infernal Drake, trying to get this objective off the map while they've got the Nunu available for the secure.
It looks like it's TL separated enough. The Infernal Drake can go over in C9. Not only are they within 200 gold on the scoreboard, they tied up the Infernal Drakes as well. So despite a pretty good early game for TL and that one good team fight, Sion has basically tied this game up.
Oh yeah, this game definitely delivering, Phreak. Starting out the season here with a very close one. Xmithie does take away the red buff and get himself out on the blast cone, but we really are back to even footing. no bounties left on the table after Nisqy was able to claim the one on Jensen's head, finding that paddle star. And that bounty gold that he got has allowed him to catch right back up in items. So even though the mid lane definitely going Jensen's favor early, Nisqy feeling very good at the moment. And his job as Zoe is continue to fish over walls with the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, because if they can land that, again, they can chunk someone out of the fight before they even decide to go for the engage. And once you get the big chunk on someone's health bar, that's when you pull the trigger with the Alistar and Urgot.
Speaking of health bars, Impact's not going anywhere. Instead, knocks down that outer turret. And that's actually the first turret of the game. The bonus dropped to only 150 instead of 300, but still some solid money coming through. 650 overall goes to the favor of Team Liquid. And that is now their gold lead, about 1,000 in this one. Wait for the next play as Nisqy simply clears away the mid lane, and his teammates are nearby.
All right, that was a mini snowball.
Yeah.
He's not even going to finish rolling that one. Decided he's got work to do, clearing out the wards. Vision control around Baron, very important. Now they get slept.
That's a drowsy CoreJJ, but the Q's already on cooldown, so there is that Ezreal ultimate. Guaranteed to land. Good damage in a CoreJJ. Not going to find Jensen with too much more just yet, but he's still waiting for that defensive position, putting the AoE down to knock down those minions. That'll happen. Yeah, there ends up at a minute 50.
2-item spike for Sneaky has come in. He's ready and operational, adding the extra slow here with the Iceborne Gauntlet. Top turret still taking a bit of damage here as Licorice moves right up into DoubleLift's face. Still, though, not a turret has fallen on the side of Team Liquid. Cloud9 hasn't been able to quite push in and finish off either mid or top side. So still have the turret lead on the side of Team Liquid, and that is giving them the gold edge.
I feel like this mid game playing out the way it is, though, does seem, in my mind, to favor Cloud9. I feel like they have the right tools to get away. Sion's in the primary engage. Alter can tank that, ult can get out, things like this. And as they're just stacking up the tier, and very soon Muramana actually transmutes in for Sneaky, it feels like C9's in a good spot and are poised to, I think, start pressuring the mid game. And there's Muramana done. Sorcerer Shoes comes in as well. Magic damage, a bigger part of Ezreal's kit more recently.
Definitely true. Upgrade going to be very important. Let's see if he's able to land those skill shots. Looks like everybody just kind of going for a reset here. No extra movement into some deep wards either. A lot of it's trying to be placed around Baron. You can see it coming up in about 35 seconds. So they're trying to gain positioning. Anytime you're playing against a long-range team like this, when you have to worry about bubbles, Nunu snowballs, Ezreal coming through all these different areas, the work that you have to do ahead of time before Baron spawns is incredibly important. Lest somebody get chunked out early on, could very quickly lead to a game-deciding objective.
Almost lands a big chunk on a Jensen, but slept only. He's going to be fine, returning back up without too many issues. Leander's Torrent being done's a pretty big deal. Sunfire Cape and the Team Liquid top lane as well. They'll get a root and a CoreJJ. No, not quite, actually. They will go for a bit more of a fight. Coming with a snowball, quick heal as well, but there's still more battle to be had as DoubleLift comes in, and Sven's going to have to flash away. Low health bars on a lot of these ones. CoreJJ staying alive. Some poke out from Nisqy and Zeyzal. One more shot will do him in, and Jensen finds the first. But now, look at Impact on the side, but he's so tanky, he can't get dropped down just yet. Low health bars. This could be a snipe, and it will be. DoubleLift has fallen, and he saved his flash through that one. He'll have it for the next team fight. Now Nisqy, dodging from a Q, looks for Jensen. To secure the kill over the wall. C9 2-1, they've got control.
Cloud9 now going to try and rotate mid lane, push in on this turret, impact the lone defender, and even though he's healthy, he won't be able to do anything about it.
That is now the first turn on the board for Cloud9 that brought the goal back to their favor, 300. Looks like it will be a reset, though. Baron's alive, but the respawn's coming in too soon for TL to do anything about this.
These team fights, very, very close, Phreak. A lot of firepower being thrown around. Here we go early. You can see the Sleepy Trouble bubble kind of zones Jensen out from the initial fight. And even though the first kill is onto Zeyzal here in favor of Team Liquid, so much damage was done to CoreJJ on the backside, he's basically out of the fight. And then the poke coming through from Nisqy and Sneaky there is able to get 3 members low enough that they soften him up for the extra kill on the backside.
Really kind of close timing here. Xmithie's kick was almost back up. You see how low Nisqy was in melee range. That could have been something. Looks for some poke. Not going to get a whole lot here. Sion's tanky enough. He'll be fine. Bottom Scuttle Crab will go to Cloud9 around this Ocean Drake being alive. Worth a lot, of course. Drake's the first stack was buffed a lot in the preseason. One Ocean would be really good for sieging, especially as and against Poke. It's actually even better in this game because of team comps. More Poke coming out for Nisqy, not killed just yet. Finding that damage over the wall. Flip right there out of the Ezreal.
Ocean Drake slowing Jensen down. They actually just turn around. They're going to get it here. So Cloud9 do back off. That is going to be another elemental Drake. And Ocean Drake is a godsend versus a team with Poke. Because if you can try and back off, stand behind Sion long enough, then you'll just get that regeneration kicking in. First Drake bonuses were hugely buffed.
Yep.
Basically, first Ocean Drake is worth twice as much as the second Ocean Drake would be worth on top of it. You start with 6%, and the second one only gets you up to 9%, so it feels really nice just to get one of each.
Yep. Yeah, most of the ones got half again as strong on the first stack. It went from 4.5 to 6%.
Everything but Infernal, basically.
Everything but Infernal basically got 50% stronger in the first stack. Good stuff there. Mid lane outer falls, by the way. Team Liquid making a good thing happen right here. I do want to point out as Cloud9 backed away from the Ocean Drake, all they really got was a blue trinket on cooldown. That's the only thing that Team Liquid really burned. There was actually not big enough of a threat onto Baron to really cause much to happen. So pretty uneventful take right there. C9 didn't get any extra map control.
Yeah, well, let's see if this one ends up coming in big. So far, Cloud9 in the fights have been able to keep up the pressure after they land Poke, but this might change the course of these skirmishes as we see it continue throughout the game. A lot of these control wards being put down now for them, and this is a really good setup. If we toggle Fog of War, this is going to be very big, and it becomes difficult for Team Liquid to operate. And as you can see, it's starting to get very dark behind Baron, so they're going in 2 people at a time into the river to try and clear out these wards.
Cloud9 making the best of the split-up team and gets a turret down to the top lane. Still look gold over to Sneaky, who's got a small bounty on himself for the kills he's picked up.
Control ward death count right now at 2 for this invasion into the river. There's one more sitting there, but they don't go to search it out. Bottom side is just Sion trying to push it out. There's no teleport for Licorice right now because his ghost just got slipped over too.
Nice little tag there, but it will be C9 going back for ward controls. We kind of fight back and forth for map control. 700 gold lead puts C9 ahead, but extra Ocean Drake, I would argue, worth more than that, especially considering their opponent's comp. So Team Liquid, I think, in a pretty good spot at this current state. Nisqy loses Proto Belt to get away from Elise NQ.
I feel like, you know, he's throwing out a lot of these abilities, and that's what we refer to when we keep saying fishing.
Yeah.
Because he's just hunting. They're fairly low cooldowns, but the reward is so big for the opportunity cost of that time in a small timing window. Wow, gets a flash there.
CoreJJ losing a flash. Now this could be a nice fight in the mid side. They find the route onto Sion, but he's tanky. Goes back onto this Nunu. Look at the damage. Svenskeren's already gone. A big knock from the backside, but there's nowhere for Zeyzal to go. It's going to be Team Liquid mopping up this one. 2-0 in the fight. No damage out of Nisqy. What a battle for Liquid.
Yeah, the pure DPS here, again, from the Cassiopeia and the Lucian. They can melt through the even frontline members here for Cloud9. Team Liquid now with a 5v3 advantage. Ezreal ult doesn't get anybody either.
This could be really nice. Liquid could start out 1-0 on the season if they can make this all happen. Looking for the play now, 3v5 Cloud9 as the Baron gets lower and lower. There is no smite on the team. It's going to be down to Xmithie getting low. He'll still get the smite. CL picks it up without a casualty. No follow-up just yet for Cloud9 either. They can't quite get the damage nor the CC. They kill a ward, that's the best they're going to get.
Whew. Definitely a tense moment right there, especially if you're the jungler, you're looking at getting low, plus the possibility of if Cloud9 had decided to try and just go for a big burst combo on Baron, if you time your Alistar, your Ezreal ultimate, Q or something like that, then you could opt for one of those chances to steal it away, but they tried to use all those for damage. Here's another look at the fight that started it all out. Team Liquid, yeah, CoreJJ does burn his flash early, but then Svenskeren steps up. There's no follow-up damage behind him, whereas Team Liquid immediately pounce with everything, annihilate him, and before any response from Cloud9 is available, Team Liquid have already killed 2 players. When you are the team with the Ezreal and the Zoe, you're just looking for your long-range skill shots to land first. Team Liquid are the ones that want the hard committal.
Yep, and they got what they wanted. Impact had a really nice stopwatch in that fight as well. He was headbutted back in by Zeyzal. turns gold, buys enough time to kill that second member, and then retreat back. Now it's a stone play, but that was actually pretty clutch right there. Hit that active and stay alive through what could have been at least a 1 for 2 instead of that 2 for 0. But now a re-engage on this top side. The snowball's coming in, looking to make it big, looking for DoubleLift. They will find the knockup. Here comes the re-engage. Look at that burst, but he's still alive. Looking for the battle, staying up there, gets the shield, gets out of absolute 0, and there's no casualties at all. It's C9 forced to run, but Svenskeren's knocked up. Nisqy only hits the tank, and they might just get Svenskeren. In fact, they will. Liquid finds yet another kill. It's 9-6 in their favor. C9 tries to fire back. They don't get it just yet, but they're still finding damage. Jensen cleanses the way, stays alive. Over the wall goes Sneaky, and around the back could be Xmithie. There could be more to this fight as they go back and forth, but Urgot finds one. They've knocked down CoreJJ. It's a 1-for-1 fight. Rebel gets stolen. Out goes DoubleLift. Xmithie sitting around. Goes for Nisqy. Almost gets the damage. Can't quite get him. It's burning down. So it does. The red fight and the red buff combine for a kill, and he's chasing in for a bit more as Licorice will run 2-1 Team Liquid.
Oh my goodness. That's the importance of hitting your red smite initially before you get any of your autos off. A lot of people forget to do that sometimes, but the damage there just barely ticks down for the kill. And since they have Baron buff, Team Liquid also get a Baron buff. What a drawn out team fight, Phreak. Halfway through, because DoubleLift and Xmithie got chunked out low, they left the team fight and went to push top lane.
Yeah.
That whole time, while Cloud9 were still looking for the kills. On bottom side, though, Team Liquid still looking to push and get more out of their Baron.
They're doing a lot with this power play right here. Of course, about 3,500 gold here. Here's the TP flank. This is a play that C9 needs. TP coming in to defend. Can they get the surround that they want? Big damage, though, with a kickback. They're going to find Svenskeren, not even getting the root out of this one. So it's 5v4, and TL can do a whole lot more as they keep pushing Barons on for this wave and a bit more. Now a fight between CoreJJ and Licorice. Doesn't get a whole lot done, so the siege can continue with only 3 members on the defense right here. This push is going to go well. This turret's going to fall, and the inhibitor will follow.
Yeah, they've got 2 cannon minions stacked up, so even if Licorice decided to try and cut that minion wave, there's enough minions to end the game right here for Team Liquid.
Might be able to do it. The timer is ticking down. The Baron buff will be gone. They find some poke, and the battle continues. CoreJJ gonna get a knockup and get knocked right back in. He does not have flash. This should be a kill, and he's gonna get the ult. He's gonna get the solo kill, and the support. Licorice has welcomed the NA again.
Yep, Licorice over here just by himself, killing off his support. They did lose the inhibitor. He's gonna take away a red buff as well. He's got 500 gold bounty. He hasn't died yet. DoubleLift is looking to change it, but he might.
He's gonna find an Urgot, getting knocked around a little bit, but this could still be a good fight for the squad. TL has reinforcements coming.
No ult, but he has red.
Licorice has a red, he gets the attack, 2 more shots will get it. Can he make this kill happen? War takes him down, now he's fighting Lee Sin. Can he dodge the Q? Kick into the wall, means he cannot. The shield comes in, they hand it over. 450 over to the mid laner in Jensen.
Oh, they take down the 1v9 player. Licorice eventually is killed. He got another one onto DoubleLift. First, though, he is just playing his heart out here for the Cloud9 fans.
Licorice is definitely, I think, the brightest star here on C9, but sadly, Liquid have 5 of them, and they're all shining pretty well. A great game so far. They've got the inhibitor down in the bottom lane already, and Baron comes up in a minute 20. You expect that to be the next objective for them, and TL have been winning team fight after team fight. It's looking pretty grim for C9.
All right. Inhibitor going to be down here for a while. You can see we have these new fancy timers in your bottom right-hand corner. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left on that one. So that is quite a few super minions that they are going to have to worry about because the side ones being down are strong enough if they're left unattended for the entire time to take down even the new Nexus turrets by themselves. As you can see, they're sending Urgot down there now, transitioning with Licorice to go take care of some of those. And you're right, Cloud9 right now, defensive-minded, trying to wait out their inhibitor timer, kill off these minion waves as soon as they get a chance, you know, clear it off and then take your 30 seconds, run back to the rest of the team so they don't get jumped on.
Yeah, timing right now is going to be pretty tight. 30 seconds on Baron. Sneaky is most of the way towards finishing Archangels into Seraphs. That big chunk of HP is going to be a big deal, but I believe it's going to transform late. So here comes the engage on top side. Sneaky away from the slow, jumps the wall. Lee Sin will not land the Qs. He's going to stay safe. That is ulti down. That is the engage tool, the only good one, I would say, gone from Team Liquid.
Yeah, you can see how difficult it is to wield that. Ezreal, very mobile. Sneaky does get out right now, though. They're going to chase him.
That's good damage in the Zeyzal. Those 2 tanks are really not that durable with C9 down in gold.
Yeah, they have no Ocean Drake of their own to help sustain them back up, so that little bit of damage from Team Liquid definitely going to stick. Xmithie behind enemy lines.
He's gonna get that kick. It's good damage, and Zeyzal will wait on the ultimate, but his health bar now below 1,000. He's gotta be respectful. The TL are losing ultimates now. All
right, once again, DoubleLift headed up to the top side of the map. He's pushing minions in to try and get that turret down. He should be able to get there in time.
Yeah, that's good. Smart by Team Liquid. Even if they are burning ultimates, they can wait for those to get back on cooldown. C9 can't grow that turret back. And it's Liquid growing the lead a little bit more. 3,500 puts them ahead. Sizable but not game ending. Now comes the Baron, pushes the Ezreal on the wrong side of the map. 5v4 for Baron. Svenskeren gets found out, takes some damage. A knock up onto the jungler though, and it's a low health Xmithie, but there's a nice knock up in for Braum. And here comes the re-engage as Sneaky's TP comes in, but first Svenskeren will die. Team looking at a 5v4. Their backline is safe and they're ready to keep fighting. Not any meaningful poke out of Nisqy just yet. Xmithie's still around the wings. Has Guardian Angel and the kick is back in 15 seconds.
Yep, gonna unleash the red buff here real quickly. It looks like they're just gonna try and keep this one while they push the waves. What you wanna do is wait for your super minions to reapply the pressure. Once again, on the mini-map, you can see they're working their way towards the Nexus turret. Those super minions allowed the initial fight here. They got the kill first for Team Liquid. Now they're returning after they're onto the Nexus turret. CoreJJ and Impact trying to keep the rest of Cloud9 out.
Licorice has Smite. He has that spell, but can he get in a range? He's gonna try to get over the wall, but he's stopped up enough that he cannot get in. Another Baron goes to TL. They will get that kill picked up on top. DoubleLift is 300 gold richer.
All right, that might have been the last little hope there. Licorice.
He was trying
to get in there with the Smite, but it's not gonna be enough. And now they have to defend Team Liquid
43.
with no Urgot. No Licorice on the field to help Cloud9 anymore, and it's a Baroned up Team Liquid super team looking to come get the first win of the LCS.
It's looking pretty likely. Bit of poke on Impact. The giant snowball comes out. There is no Urgot. This could be a tough fight. Braum's far away, but Svenskeren is far away from Lich. Getting low. A kick towards the front. They do knock down Xmithie's Guardian Angel. Let's see if they can find a little bit more of those. Impact holds the front line. The turret's already gone as well. Stoneplate's on. He's invincible for now. And they're gonna knock down at least the turret, waiting for a bit more. That bot lane wave must be dealt with before it knocks down the turret, and looks like it'll be injured enough. Mid lane pushed in, but nothing else lost, just the turret, and TL's gonna back out.
Yeah, everything kind of crumbling around Cloud9 right now. Their inhibitor has respawned though, so they will have all of their inhibitors up for another chance at this. It is still possible to win a team fight. It gets more and more risky, it gets more and more difficult, but when you do have this amount of burst damage in that long range, there are possibilities. So what you need to do is try and carve out a window, an area of the map to do that with. Some vision for yourself. Let's see some control wards go down, and maybe they can get someone from Team Liquid unawares. Otherwise, it's going to be Team Liquid. Their game plan is clear.
Yep.
March straight ahead. They've got exposed inhibitors on two sides. They can even pick up another Cloud Drake for more move speed if they want to, but there's not a lot of movement going on inside the Cloud9 base, so they're just going to bypass it and make more use of the Baron time that they have. A minute and 30 seconds left.
So far, so good for Team Liquid. Ready to keep pushing in. 35th minute. Ready to knock down the middle inhibitor turret. That one likely to fall, but the minion wave is gone, and it would require a backdoor bonus, so they will wait for one more wave. C9, they've got AoE, they've got wave, they've got poke. They can keep trying to push TL back.
Yeah, they're trying here. Bubble does land, but it's on the Lee Sin, very mobile.
And with Baron buff, this is going to be the turret falling. There's really no way to defend it. That one's going to drop now, and the only turrets left are the ones in front of the Nexus. All three inhibs are open. Sion charges in, can't quite find the stun. He'll be knocked up instead with Stoneplate. He's so tanky. Giant shield as well. And here comes the rest of the squad. They're going to pick up one. Xmithie secures it onto the Alistar. And now as the Keem keeps running away, C9 want to stay alive. They will get the trade back. They will knock down a jungler. It's 4v4. CoreJJ low as well. This actually might just barely work. Impact is going to reset the TP right back in with full HP. These health bars could be enough. Middle inhibitor's gone. Top lane going to fall to the minions as well. They are losing their base.
40 seconds left on this Baron. Team Liquid trying to make it work.
And they're going to try the 4v4. It's low health bars, though. CoreJJ pushed away. How tanky is Urgot? And it's not tanky enough. Jensen is unstoppable.
Oh my goodness.
Svenskeren going to fall as well. And it's 4 versus 2. Just the backline carries left alive, and a lot of time till the support is back up. The inhibs are all gone. The Nexus turrets are up on the chopping block as well. And DoubleLift going to find one more kill on the Sneaky. And Team Liquid will pick up where they left off, knocking down Cloud9 in North America.
Team Liquid coming in hot with the first win of the 2019 season. A well-fought and close game there for a long stretch. as Cloud9 did find quite a few kills with the Zoe Ezreal combination. Licorice himself, very big performance on the Urgot, but it's not enough to take down the defending champions. Team Liquid, 5-man strong, ending that one out in a pretty clean fashion.
They pick up a world semifinalist, they pick up a world champion, and this was the team. We heard Steve Aronset, the leader, say, as of course, yes, Jensen hugs his old teammates. And Steve said, you know, the sights have to be set on winning worlds. That's the goal here. That's why they picked up these high-profile players. And if you want to do that, you got to start by winning NA. And so far, 1-0, beating one of the best teams North America's ever seen is a good start.
Jensen there finding the victory versus old team right off the bat. Definitely going to be a process here, incorporating Nisqy. They've got some time to do it.
They do, so we will have an interview very, very soon with some of our winners. C9, of course. I feel like to a certain degree this could be a bit of an expected loss. TL took their star player, or at least one of their star players in Jensen. He went and joined them, filling in with Nisqy, hoping they can move on. And I think with that man right there at the helm, with Licorice, I think C9 can do it. But for now, for more on the first win of the 2019 LCS